Welcome, welcome. It's Sky's News with me, Sky Smith. Sex on X and in the news this week. However, I'm not going to do much news and sex on X this week. There's just so much drama in the world. I feel quite relaxed and not in need of engaging. I'm a contrary person. So I've had a few weeks off because when I first started this, I was doing it for me. And then it was like an awareness that there is an audience. Because if there wasn't, why would I be saying anything? Because if it's just for me, it's all inside me and I already know it. And I was getting quite a lot of like dopamine and satisfaction from doing it and doing the clips and getting interaction, that I'd like reduce my hours doing my work and streaming to make money, and I was getting a bit behind. So I've just had to reevaluate. Yeah, I'm sort of stuck because, like, who am I talking to? Am I talking to myself? Am I trying to share trying to teach something, or am I just like venting? And like over the few weeks that I did it, it kind of became kind of heavy, that it was like I'm having to deal with these people or these like ideas where it's just such like there's so many misassumptions, and that everyone's coming from such a different direction of the stuff that I've been looking at. It's like it's heavy to deal with, not light, because it's like I don't even accept the premise like of their position. So to like constantly having to be like re-explain why my position's different and why all the stereotypes and cliches are wrong is kind of tiresome, and it's not fun. It's not like, oh, I want to go do that. Like that's the stuff that I kind of avoid doing on the internet. Like I don't, when I see people with like really basic takes or like really cliche or stereotypical or even like aggressive or abusive stances on sex workers, adult work, like promiscuous women, I just ignore it. You're just low level. You just don't understand. It'd be like, would Elon Musk talk rockets with someone who has made a cardboard rocket? You know, like, or someone who's like, I don't believe in rockets because I have had a high school education. Like, I don't know. So, like, this becoming more centered around like reacting. I don't like reacting is not 40-year-old me, you know? Like that's what I personally am moving away from being as a person, is like reacting to stuff. I want to respond. And like, so this is kind of a, a good, we're having a crazy, the Epstein files. Andrew Tate has been let back into America, and like there's loads of stuff, and the gender wars are just as crazy on X, and there's been like anti-porn people on like Theo Von, and like lying bitches everywhere, and like conversations of like single motherhood and like hypergamy, you know what I mean, though, one man, lots of bitches, harem shit. And like I just think that's not, I'm in a really good place mentally and physically. So what I'm going to put into the world is me. Where I'm at, what I'm doing, how good it is to be an embodied sexual being. Because it is. And like people who can't comprehend it have a perspective on things that are going on that is wrong because they can't comprehend that it feels good to like yourself as a sexual body. There's quite a few people driving around looking for places to camp at the moment, so I'm going to be getting distracted because I'm very, very territorial. And I want to calm that down, man. I've got no clarity. What am I saying? Why am I saying it? Someone camped at like 2 campsites away, or 2 firings away. But like when you're at a firing, like you just don't. There's other firings that aren't nearby that you go and camp at if someone's at. You don't go and camp near like the nearest firing in the wilderness to another person. And someone did that last night. And obviously it's different when it's peak season or busy time and there's loads of people around and the only spot is the firing next to someone. At the moment, I'm the only person out here. This is like a 5-mile long road with firings the whole way. So, like, it makes sense to be territorial, you know, like my animal, it's really, really hard not to have my animal brain be activated. And I get I start like shouting things to make them uncomfortable. Like, fuck off, and what are you doing here, and are you fucking stupid? And it's like uncontrollable, and I know that would get me into more trouble than like being quiet and polite, but it's like such a visceral reaction to having my territory invaded in like a nonsensical way. Like, get the fuck away. But I want to like, okay, they're doing what they think the best that they are doing, and I'm not gonna shout random things. I'm just gonna smoke cigarettes and talk loudly about dick. Even that, like, it's so hard because I've been is like, it's been really quiet out for the last few months, and I know now, like, we're heading into like it's starting to get busier because it's warming up, so people are gonna start coming out. And I won't be the only person, but I've like had everywhere to myself for like 4 months. So like, how am I gonna not get angry at other people doing totally reasonable camping when to me it's not reasonable at all? Like, hey boo, Kitty's having fun. Now it's warmed up, she's running around a lot more. So that's good to see. And it's mostly because she just wants fucking treats. So, was it yesterday? No, Tuesday. This week's been really good because I did a new piece of content that's been on my mind. I did a meditative masturbation audio. It's about 20 minutes of like, and breathe. Feel your skin. That is now live on ManyVids, and StreamMate, which you might also see on like Pornhub or other streaming white labels. And I'll probably put it up on Clips for Sale because I've got access to that account again, as I had been locked out for a couple of years because I didn't update my ID or something. But they had a few $100 saved of mine, so that's a nice treat. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with this. Let's see, can I show it you somewhere? Let's go to my videos. Today, Sky's news is my news. It's about me. I'm going to show you some of my work. Here we go. See? There's me. It's on ManyVids. And Oh, it just shouldn't. The things that I can't put on. You can't see on normal internet. So, like a still pond, reflecting the beauty, gay, and stillness of your body. You won't need words, stories, or language to experience ecstasy today. Gay. So that's me trying to do something that I think should be in the world, as opposed to me trying to explain my ideas that often just end up this wordy talking around it bullshit, because I'm bad with language, because language doesn't communicate physical reality. And I'm trying to explain a physical reality that doesn't have its own language. This is something practical that I've created that I wanted to offer as a begin. And I've got a few ideas of other ones. So this one's you're meditating on your own body, on your breath, on the sensations on your skin, on your genitals. Whether you climax or not, that's probably, I don't know whether maybe I should have put a line in there like about that, but I didn't really. Again, like, I don't like directing too much. Giving specifics. So I gave the end, it builds up, but it doesn't demand a release. So I guess it's each individual's person to interpret it how they will. So I'll see how people like that. But yeah, I've got another idea of like meditating on my body, and then but yeah, just using actual guided practice for specific actions that will get you to the sensations and intention that my idea wordy bullshit is trying to get you to. But yeah, so like I was really pleased that I did it, because the way I went about doing it was like, yeah, I'm not very I'm big ideas. I'm not like detail. So it's like I've got this big idea and I want to do it, but I never have an idea of how to do it. So sometimes, most of the time, I don't actually do the ideas because they're too big and I don't know how to start. So I was able to actually like work out how to create the thing from scratch. And so I'm really pleased about that existing. And whether anyone, well, one person's got it now, but whether anyone else likes it, or, oh god, Kitty's gone really far away. Kitty, no, come on, Kitty, Kitty. Okay. Yeah, so I'm in like my ovulation time, I think, so as well, so that's, I'm like softer and able to talk to other people. Like the idea of like talking to an audience when my cup is empty was difficult. But now my cup is full because my van is fixed. I'm talking in circles. I've gone back to the beginning. Queen of the weave. This isn't a weave. This is just, I know I have to do this because, like, this video, like the masturbation meditation, I want to do this. I like having me and my ideas out in the world, and I like the few people who are really wonderful enough to watch this and comment to me in the different places that you have. But I'm just like so off course with it, and I sort of like I don't know why I'm doing it. I don't know who I'm doing it for apart from me, but I'm talking to someone and I don't know who. So it's like, am I trying to give men sex tips? Am I trying to like have a chat with the girls about blokes? You know, am I trying to be sexy and sell myself to make more money when I do work? Am I like trying to be funny? Am I trying to be serious? Am I trying to be like noticed? Am I trying to stay hidden? Like, what the fuck? Everything's a dialectic, but everything has to stay in motion because there is no such thing as the black and white. Everything is grey. But you have to like, it could be this or it could be that. And so when you start mixing them together, that's what reality is. I know what I'm talking about. Fuck. Like me being in my own world and like happy and understanding myself is like, how do I communicate that to people? Because it's so simple. Life is so simple. Being a human is so simple. Like, liking sex is so simple. But it's so far away from the stories of today. Like, everything is so complicated. And like that's like with all the drama and like the amount of news and information, it's like an intentional overload so that you just never know what's true or real. And so like all the different like, to be a good sexual woman, you got to do this and you got to be aware of this and you got to I'm like, oh, none of that's real. Because when you get rid of the stories that have been programmed in you by language, it feels really good to be human. And you don't need stories for you to do the right thing, to do what is true and honest and best for you and other people and the planet. You know, it's words and the stories and the complicatedness that we've created that is all like obfuscation of doing the right thing. Because the sensations of our bodies doing the right thing has been demonized. We are disembodied, we are disconnected from our bodies, and more so than ever that like most people, you know, sitting at desk jobs, being on screens, like everything is words now. The internet is just words, like people talking, like it's just talking words with no like physical understand. Like you don't need what you wouldn't say what people wouldn't talk like they talk if they were face to face, like on the, you know, a really good, oh, this is funny, I will show this. Lily Phillips looks more exhausted and demoralized on our 7 of the whatever podcast than she did after banging 100 guys in a day. That is hilarious and true. Like, listening and dealing with the shit. Yeah. Words. Being a human body. 100 men physically around me. Yeah. Her poor face. But she's intentionally done this. Was there anything else that I don't want to... I think it was just that was funny for what I was saying. Because it's just so fucking stressful. Look, there's my ass. Don't tell anyone. I was going to show a little bit around some of my content. My website has been reactivated after I threw a shit fit at Wix and they shut my account. I got them to reopen it and hopefully they'll give me some money back at some point because they owe me like $400. Anyway, here is the Wix site, my skysmith.xxx. That has most of my links to things on. I'm missing a couple on there because there's some new stuff or reactivated stuff. But you can go to my live shows, my sex blog, my videos where we just were over in ManyVids, where you can get this new thing and other videos. The sex blog, gotta be careful if there's any naked pictures. We'll put it there. Oh no, there's pictures of dick at the bottom of the page. So that's where I write all my sexy stories from the past. The blog is called This One Time I. And each blog post is like finishing that up. Like, this one time I fucked 7 guys in a night. This one time I fucked Ron Jeremy. I've been doing that since 2009. But I haven't done any stories for a really long time. However, I do have lots of people still read it, and people come and find me live to tell me they've liked reading my stories for a long time. So what I'm going to do in the next week is put up a post and some options to buy new stories. Because when I've got the juice to write a story, I should probably try and earn money. Because I don't earn much money. I'm kind of struggling. Always have done. Working's hard. I'm an artist. I'm not supposed to be a labourer of any kind. Even of the sex kind. I'm supposed to just like look good and people throw things at me. I don't know. I'm an artist, not a salesperson. But yeah, I want to give the opportunity for me to write more stuff. And for people to get more of what they want. But I do need to be compensated for my time because to write good stories of sex past, I need to be in it. You know, I have to be able to like connect to that time. And I've been so many different people throughout the ages. I have to sort of remember and want to embody that in order to sort of tell the story. And that's not an easy, I can't just make it happen on a whim. It happens when it's going to happen. I have to just do it when it comes. But when I'm in that sort of fun, playful mood, I'd rather be live on cam, having shows with guys and making the most of my time. So yeah, I thought I'd offer that as a new opportunity for me and you guys. I'll do that as a post in the next week or so. My live shows just links straight to StreamMate. If you do want shows with me, whether you've had them before, if you've got an account there, or especially if you don't, please use my link, skysmith.cammodels.com. I get an extra like 40% or something crazy if you use that. That's pretty cool. There's some AI bullshit about who I am. Some of my pictures. I want more of these pictures around. Oh yeah, I was going to show some of that. Here we go. Some of my art pictures. So these pictures are a series I like to call like 10 seconds to interact, where I set the timer and then run into the landscape with no plan and see what happens. I don't know. This one's good. I like that one a lot. It's funny. I only noticed that one today. These are from like 2020 when I first started them. I did some new ones the other day. That's a good one. I like that one too. Practice, like seeing how far I can get. These are good. But now I've got like 300 or 400 of them. Cutie bum. I think they're so good. I think they're so good. So like this is my like art. This isn't like sexy pictures because it's about like the body in the landscape and like being a wild human and in her element. That type of thing, you know? These are good. Don't know what time of year this was. Oh no, it was middle of the summer, so long evenings, but the lighting was pretty fucking great. That one's so good. Me. Right in the middle in the sun. Like back. It's just like I really love them. But I don't know, about putting them in places where I live because, it's me naked. So I don't know. And like, what do you do with like? This was something that I struggled with, or no, I didn't struggle with, but now I do because the world has changed. But when I was at university, people always used to say, "How are you going to make money from your art?" I was a conceptual artist and did like video art and digital art, and I was like, "Yeah, that like I'm gonna be an art like that's." But now everyone does digital art and everyone takes photos and everyone does vlogs, and it's like, well, how is mine art? It's like when Duchamp did the toilet. It's sort of like the medium that everyone uses, the thing that is like every day is art, but then it's not. It's not like progressive, it's reflective, but I'm not reflective because I started doing this before technology. Like I was the first, like, there was no one else walking around with a fucking handheld video camera in the middle of like central London in 2003 doing vlogs of themselves. Like, even when I started traveling Australia on my own in 2011, people were like, cringe, you're taking a selfie, that's so embarrassing. And now it's like just normal everyday life, and it's like I'm doing the thing that everyone's doing, but I was doing it when it was really painful to do it and no one else was. And like the thing I did as art became every day. It would be like if Duchamp had made a sculpture and put it in an art gallery, and then someone went, "Oh, let's make all our toilets look like that." And now everyone shits in the sculpture that Duchamp made. Do you know what it like? That's what it feels like. So good. I mean, like the angles of me, like I'm a rock. It's so fucking good. Some of them are silly. I can't get like if you get too close to the camera, it's like too intentional. That one's cool. In line with the tree. I've just got a really, really, really good aesthetic eye. Like the composition of all of these is just exquisite, if I do say so myself. And look at it. So good. Like these should like this is like these ones are incredible. I love shooting into the sun. I've got a photo up at my local airport where I'm shooting into the sun through some rocks. I got another one at the city hall as well of like shooting through some other rocks. I just love that. Sun. Flare. I love this one. I have a massive, I've got a massive print out of that I used to have on my wall when I had an apartment. It's just, and this one's pretty good because you can barely see me. There's another one that's this one. Oh, I love that one. But that's more like sexy. But like it just fits. Oh, it's so good. So proud of my art. Been an artist forever. Oh, there's some more. Oh, I like these ones because the lighting. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. It doesn't look real. That is an unedited photo of me running into the wilderness unplanned on a 10-second timer. It looks like a painting from the 1800s or something, like what pre-Raphaelite or something. And the way I'm sat there is fucking perfect, like in line with the rock. Like, how is it so good? And like, what do I do with them? How do I get other people to be as excited about my art as I am? Including like, this is also my art. I am currently performance art, as well as this is digital art. Living in my self-built art fucking home. My life isn't an intentional piece of art, darlings. Websites are my shit. I've got 2 other websites that are none of your business. But I've got everything I've ever made on. All my essays. Oh yeah, where's some of my essays? Let's go back here. So, hi, beautiful, pretty lady. I think I've got autoerotica or something. Auto self-ophelia. I just like me more than most things. What was I gonna do? Look at my writing. Where's my... Here. We're gonna go to the top. Here. Sexual theory. This one isn't like super linked everywhere. Oh, actually, I think it's on my... Here, my link in bio thingy. I've got it on here. So I had to like deal with the link in bio people the other day because they shut my account because I didn't know you weren't allowed to link adult sites, because I'm not going to read the fucking terms and conditions. Who do you think I am? A fucking office job's worth? No, I'm a fucking artist. So we got it working again, but I can only link to things that have like an 18 plus like flash screen, and you know, you can't just see tits because it's linked on social media. I have so much stuff. I have so much presence online. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough, or like I need to make sure like people know I'm like, I've done it all. I've fucking done it all. There's so much of me out there. Just fucking do it. All right. So the sexual theory blog is my favorite. This one I've been doing since about 2008. Should I read this? This was my intro post that I just left up for ages. I'm no longer satisfied by having sex, sexuality, and sex work discussed, researched, and written about by men or women with no experience doing sex work, with only limited sexual experience of their own, with bias, with limits. operating within the constraints of what currently exists, or highlighting problems that never get solved or truly addressed. I think it's time for people with the relevant experience, knowledge, and insight into anything to do with sex to speak up. We won't ever get anywhere if we keep relying on inexperienced people sharing their thoughts on things of which they have only limited personal experience. I am a woman who's taken part in all aspects of sex work for 8 years. That's when I wrote that. Now it's 14 years. So I wrote this 6 years ago. This is like, I've been wanting to say things to people for a really long time. Who studied and wrote her dissertation on female sexuality in the 21st century at University of London. Who's had nearly 400 partners, been in love at least 8 times, been married, divorced, and had 500 plus professional sexual experiences, and 8 years of webcam work, interacting with and giving orgasms to hundreds of thousands of men with all kinds of kinks, interests, penises, sexuality, and personality. If my experience was in any other field, I would be able to proudly claim my expertise. If sex and sexual women weren't still so suppressed, then people with actual experience would be the ones writing about it. I could proudly share my experience and knowledge without fear of anyone saying I'm less human, less intelligent, less worthy because of it. I would be respected for the depth of my knowledge, time dedicated to, and insight into the topic. So that's why I'm going to share everything I know, because living a sexual life is very different to looking at it from the outside and theorizing about it. I'm no longer an idea or a theory. I'm a real woman who's lived a richly sexual life and wants to progress sexual understanding based off my extensive and valuable personal experience. So I've been saying the same thing for quite a long time. And let's just go back to the main page and we can just see where I'm at. Can I do something to make this bigger? This screen is just little. No, that's not what I wanted, but never mind. I wanted to make it taller, but I can't. Okay. So, yeah, that's my intro post. So I wrote that in 2018 when I wrote one of the first essays for this blog, which was We Know Nothing of the Possibilities of Sex. It's 11 pages long. And yet again, it's one of my... So, like, this whole blog, like, all this type of writing, I just sit there and just write it. It just comes out. Easy. Done. Post. I don't edit things. I don't have a plan. Kind of like this, but my writing comes out much clearer. So... Oh, why are we here? I clicked back. Instead of wanting to tear down sex work and destroy and deny reality, I'm actively looking at a way to make it work based on reality. And I try and do this every time I work, from what I share, how I do it, and my boundaries within my work. It's hard work, and life would be easier if I didn't. But I wouldn't be able to live with myself, and might as well do any other job that makes me hate myself, break down, and get fired. White pill sex work. Oh yeah, I could just read some of this. Fuck. One of the number one reasons I see people oppose sex work is that men are paying to cross women's boundaries. I and other healthy, happy sex workers don't have a boundary about letting ugly men fuck us, and the cash breaks that boundary. That's not what's going on. In fact, what is in fact going on is that we're quite comfortable fucking anyone. We enjoy it, in all their shapes and sizes, because they're real people. But in this society where one needs to make money to live, and looks and sexuality are highly valued, it makes sense to monetize that reality of your boundaries. I love sex. I love that getting paid for sex means I get to interact with bodies I would never had the opportunity to explore outside of work. What the fuck is going on? Oh god, I'm staring into the sun. Either someone's brapping a motorbike or they're fucking cutting a tree down. I hope it's the first. Oh no, I've got a hole in my pants. Don't look at my ass. I think it's a brap. I'm on an off-road trail. I just don't want people camping anywhere near me. Oh yeah, we've already done that. You're the same people, probably, that heard the beginning of this and the end. Kitty! Come on! I'm now just like speed reading my fucking. What am I doing? We're going back to the homepage because I wanted to just look at the titles. Didn't want to read the fucking things. But then reading them is kind of does the thing. So like my most recent writing has been on the body and embodiment. And also I've been using AI to like this post is I got AI to write, read all my work and tell me what I think type stuff. So I could sort of so then I can see if I make sense from the outside. I've been posting this one around a bit recently, the God body, because people have been talking about having similar experiences about the physical release, connecting to emotional events and stories and like memories, and how you can heal your mental and physical, like you have to heal your mental and physical experience of the world together. I know what the body knows, what the mind might be, where consciousness, memory, personality resides, and how entirely one's perspective of everything is shaped by their physical experiences. I'm not theorizing or philosophizing. This is real. I truly believe true enlightenment is the experience of the world once one has wiped themselves clean of conditioning, encoding, and dysfunction, mentally and physically. Too many people in the hunt for enlightenment, higher, spirit, soul, focus entirely on the mind. The body is low. It must be rejected for the mind, and then you reject the mind to reach soul. Nope. How the hell can your mind experience anything divine if the body through which the mind functions is in dysfunction, with a lifetime of encoding limiting its potential? The mental mastery is male, the physical is female. The unification of body and mind is the unification of female and male, yin-yang, real enlightenment, God. I'm just going to carry on reading this because I do really like this. Modern society has mistaken the feminine for the emotional, not the physical. The emotional is a loss of control of the mind. That coincides with a loss of control of the body. The masculine and the feminine are completely disconnected and out of control. Disembodiment is the new cool. Meat sack is the attitude of the masses towards their bodies. The only way for us to move forward as a species is for the mind and body to be mastered. The only people leading us or making any decisions should be human animals who have mastered their duality and know reality. Reality is what the body and mind experiences when it reaches that state. I don't think any current enlightenment teachers, speakers, gurus, linen shirt twats are reaching this state, as the focus is on raising out of the body, denigrating the physical, looking for something that there is no evidence of that they might experience, blind to the fact that whatever they experience is mediated through the very body that they are trying to escape or denigrate. Do not strive for a physical experience. Strive for a fully physical one. One where your body and mind is so pure that you can feel the sparkling, vibrating interconnectedness of reality, and the fact that that which is experiencing the sensation of life is on a rock hurtling through an unknown entity for an unknown reason, for an unknown period of time, with an unknown destination or end, all because at some point some of those vibrations you can feel lighting up your senses created the beginnings of matter. And hey, if I'm wrong, do you really think God, your spirit, your soul, would be happy with you neglecting the body it chose to incarnate your soul into? Do you not think there's a reason you have a physical body imbued from the higher? Does God not know what the physical sensations of the function human body are? Are you wiser than God in how to experience it and treat it? If we are made in the image of God, why denigrate the body and its sensations? Your body is the God body, so treat it like it. In some way, it is your only God, as it is the only thing through which you experience reality. Your God is your body, mediating the flow of information that your mind processes. I'm sure many people will disagree. If you do, have you done the work on your body for 9 years to know what I'm saying is wrong? Are you really sure that you can know the limitations of the body and mind that has shaped all you already know? So before someone says, we're spiritual beings having a physical experience, just think, are you sure? Does your body know that? How does having a spirit feel in your body? You might just have to get to know your body first to find the answer. And that answer may be what I already know. The body is where you experience transcendence. Transcendence from the simulation of language into the real, the physical, the true you, the truth outside of you, reality. It's so simple. It's so simple. Like, especially as a woman, like, there is so much language entrapping the body and, like, disembodying people that, like, when you, like, it could be so simple. It could be so simple. We don't have to be living like this. So let's go back. Well, the other body ones. The mind alone cannot produce effective solutions. More body stuff. The body, I think, like, that's why the meditation stuff I want to do, because I want people to, when the body is highest, sex is sacred. It isn't trash. It isn't the lowest. It isn't dirty. It isn't wrong for humans to like sex. It isn't wrong for humans to want to share sex with each other. Porn, like adult entertainment, even like sex work. It's a fascination that is like our birthright. It's like the nature of our body that we are entitled to experience. Should we see what's on some of this? What should we go through some? Free speech absolutism. Words are nothing. They do not represent reality. They are noises that have been ascribed meaning, and then over the years, judgment and value has been placed on those words. The idea that some words are unspeakable or some ideas are hate chills me to the bone. When was that? 23, 2 years ago. Women are still fucked. Yeah. Subsistence sex workers. Yeah, there's a lot of talk around about, like, there's a million OnlyFans girls are making, like, money on OnlyFans. Where's all this money coming from? All, you know, all this, like, gay shit. Complaining about people making money from sex. Subsistence sex workers. Here I addressed that in 2023. As a career sex worker, I have a lot of info because I'm like responding to something. The majority of sex workers are subsistence sex workers. They earn as much as any other average job. They earn more than Starbucks and less than lawyers. They're stay-at-home moms. They're women with mental or physical disability. They're nomads. They're artists, writers, students. They have 2, 3, or 4 jobs. They are exactly like every other subsistence worker in this country, and I guarantee everyone knows at least one. As most sex workers never come out. I've been subsistence sex working for 12 years. Every single day I wake up and do exactly what I want. I've travelled the world. I've had non-judgmental relationships around the world. I'm an artist. I've lived in the wilderness alone for years. I've had community in the subsistence sex work space. Now I chose to be independent. I have lifelong friends. It's just a job for most people, because there are actually many women out there who are much happier being comfortable in their body and sharing their sexuality than work some other shitty subsistence job where you work for a shitty boss with shitty hours with no thanks or freedom. Many women use sex work to save up for new businesses or to pursue a dream. I've changed thousands of lives with my online sex education and physical consulting. I get emails from past clients and even recreational partners telling me how I've helped them and the women in their lives. How could I have improved the lives of thousands of men and women in any other job? How could I have changed the landscape of sex work if I wasn't putting my beliefs into action? Subsistence sex workers are never ever talked about. I do. You hear about the top 1% with millions, or the bottom 1% who are addicts and get fucked up and kill themselves. Welcome to the life of the 98%. Hi, we exist, and we are truly happy and free. I like that one. A bit of neuroscience in here. What is this one? Oh yeah, female autism. The root is another good one. The majority of people hate their bodies. They hate their sexed animal body. They hate their innate drives. They hate how little control they have over their bodies. They hate the difference between their minds and their bodies. They hate how they are judged for that. I like this one. They hate how they are judged for their bodies. They hate carrying a meat sack around. Enlightenment so far has been thought of as mental, spiritual, out of body, higher, escaping physical reality, male. That is why no one has achieved a state of being akin to enlightenment or godliness. We are physical forms. The enlightenment is inward. It is physical. It is mastery of the mind to let the body be free. It is the mind that we must escape. The real enlightenment is bodily, female, real, present, grounded, euphoric in physical reality. The biggest block and the foundational stone of badly domesticated human is their denial of sex. The most fundamental element of existence, from microbes to monkeys, trees to humans, is reproduction, sex. The only reason we exist, that anything exists, is because of sex. Reproducing. It's the only reason to survive. Sex is why we eat, explore, move, think, problem solve, bond, form relationships, and community. Sex is the essence of our survival. The uneven, unstable floor that the domestication of humans has been built on is the denial of our sexed animal bodies. The denial of the priority of sex in the human experience and its importance in the very existence of everything. The biggest natural urges our bodies have evolved to experience and act on have to be suppressed. People argue about what kind of sex should be okay and who partakes and consumes and the morals surrounding it all. But no one is checking to see if the basis of our assumptions of what it is to be a sexed wild animal living in a domesticated world is correct. People argue all day and night over what political system or party we should live under, but all those systems are built on the faulty foundation of sex denial. People argue about going to Mars, but any new civilization that does not address our animal nature as its core will end up with all the same problems we have in any other civilization. People argue about how to teach school kids, but no one's arguing for relearning a more humane way of domesticating the sexed human animal that prioritizes understanding our physical and mental reality and how to best function in the world. We argue about what is culture and what we should be producing, but no one is creating a culture around connecting to and understanding the mind and body or one's physical reality. Intimacy in reality, the physical body. So I've been saying these things. Is it possible to advocate for slut shaming? Chastity without slut shaming? Yes. So it's again the mother whore dialectic. I've dealt with it for years. I know. Do I still need to say it when like these amazing essays are already out there? I've already answered all these questions. Rising above the dialectic. We live in a time of informational superabundance, but the throttle is in the ego, your perspective, yourself getting in the way. You think the structure of information you have consumed from birth is reality. You only hold shape as a person in relation to it, but that is not true. That is your lens, your program perspective, your emotional and instinctual reactions to ideas or actions. You exist as a conscious entity outside of your programming, and from that position, outside of perspective, you have a chance to see or find reality. You can loosen the grip of your perspective so you can enjoy living in reality physically and conceptually. Reality, the first principles of people, structures, and things. What is, without judgment. And the baptism by fire, the white light, is right there in the palm of your hand. That was a fucking shit show. What was that? Like how to one shot you. Basically, that's like how to one shot yourself with the amount of information there is in the world. Oh, what's this? Oh god, why am I down here? Oh god, right at the very end. But this is good. Being true to myself is one of the greatest gifts I can give to those around me. Perhaps I will inspire others to do the same, perhaps not. Why should others bother to follow my example if I can't take care of my own affairs? To give advice to others is to intrude. To give advice to myself is to grow. Most of the shadows of this life are caused by standing in one's own sunshine. Emerson. In fact, improving myself is the only real action available to me. Now I know that to take responsibility for myself is the first thing I must do to make the world a better place. And how do you take responsibility for yourself? Take responsibility for your physical body and how your body experiences the world. Hey, this is what I want to do now. Like, I want to move more into like sex therapy. I want to be a sex professional. I want to help people with any sexual queries they may have come up with. And come up with sexual solutions to their problems. I want to help couples who aren't sexually compatible be happy, practically and conceptually. I want to help people reach their sexual goals and fantasies. I want to teach people who want to know more about sexual acts, naked confidence, sexual exploration, and the ways it can all improve your general confidence and well-being. I want to help people not feel ashamed about sex, sexuality, and fetishes, and bring it out of the shadows as an acceptable part of everyone's life and being a well-rounded human. I don't want sex to hold anyone back or make their lives difficult. I want to encourage sexual honesty for yourself, your current, and your future partners. So wholesome. People say porn is evil. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm adorable. I just want the best for all of you. Trying to start. So, oh, that one probably should go in a different blog. So there's lots of fun stuff above mine. There was something else that I really wanted to show. What was that? We haven't done YouTube. But that's where this is, I guess. I actually have 82 videos. My most popular one is actually me explaining some of my stuff, which is really cool. I appreciate that. Whoever's looking at that. Probably just because I'm sitting wearing fucking lingerie, isn't it? Damn it, why is there someone parked here? Oh, it's the same fucking people. Got a fucking dog. I fucking hate people. Ugh. People are pussies. Why do they need to camp next to other people? I'm going to carry on doing this though. No. Ooh. That one. Ooh. Oh no, I'm fucking everything up now. See, now I'm going to be like stressed that there's those fucking people out there. But I need to not be. Oh look, we've done like a full circle. That like the beginning I was talking about how annoying it was. And now I'm talking about it again because they're back. Like, I wonder if you can see the change and like the murderous rage that's like slowly building up inside me. It's so rude. There's so many other places to camp. It's fine. It's totally fine. Fine. I'm just not a chill person. I am just not a chill person. That's why I smoke the marijuana. Because I'm super not chill. I smoke different shit and talk about dick. It's just like, encroaching on my fucking bubble. So unfair. I need my own land. Send help. Send subscriptions to any of my services. This wasn't like a giant advert, but it kind of was, I guess. But like, I don't care about what other people are saying about stupid stuff they don't know. I know it. I've done it. I'm doing it. I've said it before. I'm here saying it again, just in a different format. Fun. God damn it. Have I done this wrong? Oh goody, it's nearly time for evening TV. I was going to go for a walk, and I'm going to do some more work. I'm going to do another hour of work tonight. Because I've been doing my hours on time this week. It's going well. This has been an hour. I wanted it to be at least an hour. I don't know why. I don't know when I'll be doing it again, whether it's a weekly still or, you know, just when I fucking feel like it. I just sort of realised there's not like people disappointed that it wasn't posted, so it doesn't matter when I post it. But it does matter for like personal accountability. And then it's really nice to look back through all my stuff, like my writing, and that I've got loads of content that I've said the things that I know and I believe, and that it is out there, and that like people can find it, and that like it is consumable, and I think it's aesthetically appealing. I like my work. I think it's good. I wanted to show people who might not know the range of stuff that I've got out there, what there is. I don't know why people can't find stuff. I think it's really obvious, but it's because I did it. So it's my brain. It's how my brain works. You got to go through. Sometimes you got to go for one site to get to another site to get to another site. Makes sense. You need to be committed to find the good stuff. Like me saying this after an hour. Anything else? I hate people. Fucking hate people. That's why I live in a van in the middle of the wilderness. So because I don't want to see people. And I can see people. Not right now. What's worse than seeing them is hearing them. That has made me do crazy things. Because I have misophonia. And certain noises make me go insane. I get very, very angry. And that is dangerous. Because I am small. But I've got a very loud gun. Let's do some target practice. Right, I'm gonna go chill out for an hour and then do some more work. See you when I see you. This has been Sky's News. Sex on X. And in the news this week, none of that shit. This week it was all about me.